Top of the top, y'all, it's your boy Show tapping in again. And today I'm gonna run through a quick list of 10 ways you guys can find leads, generate leads, find distressed property owners or potential sellers who may want to sell you their property at a deep discount, which is what we love as wholesalers, all right? I'm gonna go through a quick list of 10. Now, these are not the only 10 ways you can find leads. There are much more. You can get much more creative. You can do a lot of things to be able to generate leads, but I'm going to give you guys a quick 10 as a reference, as a starting point in case you are stuck or in case you're using one of these ways but not the other and had no idea you could do these things. Just going to go through a quick list of 10, all right? Now, some of these ways may be more expensive than others or more time consuming than others, but it is completely up to you to do your own due diligence, see what works for you and how you can implement that in your market, all right? So without further ado, let's tap in. So first way is going to be driving for dollars, okay? This is the most cost effective in my opinion. This is how you can generate your own list of deals that you see with your own eyes that may not be listed online in another category. These are properties that you found and are specific to the work that you've done, and you can be really effective. I have closed deals from driving for dollars, and you can too. It's really simple. I actually have a video on my channel that shows how to drive for dollars, exactly how I do it step for step. It's a video of me driving for dollars. I think I got like 10 or 20 properties in a really short amount of time, all right? So this is a really cost-effective way for you to generate leads, all right, of potential distressed property owners who are looking to sell their property. And driving for dollars just simply means you go out and drive around in the neighborhood, look for properties that show signs of distress. You write those addresses down, skip trace them, and then call those owners and tell them, hey, I was in the neighborhood. I'm buying properties over here. I ran across your property. Looks like it could use a little love. I just want to know if you may be interested in a cash offer for the property, all right? So there you have it, guys. Number one, driving for dollars. Number two, you got tax auction list, all right? Whatever your county is or whatever state or county you're in, I know for Dallas, Texas, where I am, if you go online, you can see Dallas County is going to put out a list of foreclosures that are coming up for auction in the next month, all right? So you can be a month ahead and try to work some of those deals out before those people actually get foreclosed on, all right? Now, it's gonna be up to you to go to your city or county website and kind of navigate through that and see how you can find that information. If you can't find it directly online, then call the sheriff's department or the Central Appraisal District. They will tell you how you can get these tax lists, okay? These auction lists, because that means somebody owes a lot of taxes and the city wants them to be paid. So they want to auction these properties. They want to make the money. So they're not trying to hide this information from you. They want you to know that these properties are going up for auction, all right? So this information is fairly easy to find. Just takes a little bit of research. And again, that's up to you. But you can definitely get a tax auction list of properties that will be foreclosed on in the next month, a month prior, all right? And we do that all the time, and we call on those lists. Sometimes we get lucky, sometimes we don't. But that is a way that you can get leads. You'll get these people's name, their address, and that's just up to you to find their phone numbers, get them a call, and then work your magic from there, all right? So number two is tax auction list, guys. Tap in. Number three, bandit signs. You probably didn't know the term for this, but I'm sure you see them all the time. And these are just simply those little yard signs that you see on street corners or busy intersections or, out and about in the city while you're driving in areas that get a lot of car traffic. And these are the signs that say, we buy houses cash, any condition. Some of them say different things. I know our bandit sign said we buy houses and land for cash. I've seen one that says Linda buys houses. Get creative, put whatever you want on there. But the bottom line is you want to portray to people passing that sign that you are an investor who buys houses in their current condition for cash, all right? Those are called bandit signs. Why are they called bandit signs? I don't know, but that's a terminology for them. You can get them at a fairly affordable rate in packs of 50 or 100, and then it's up to you to hit the streets and put those bandit signs out and hopefully prepare for an influx of calls, all right? Now, a couple warnings. Most cities or counties frown upon you putting out those bandit signs, all right? So normally they'll pick them up within a couple days. And I've even heard in some instances where county officials will call you and act like they're selling the house just to get your information and slap you with a fine, all right? So that's something that you can do. That's something that works, but you also want to be cautious about it, all right? Because there are people who work for the city who are tired of this and they're trying to put a stop to it. Now, I haven't heard about that happening in Dallas. It was actually a smaller town in Texas, but I mean, the city of Dallas could adapt some of those ways, all right? So you can definitely use bandit signs and put that out there that you are an investor, you are looking to buy houses cash, and potentially get calls from that from distressed property owners, all right? So that's number 3, guys, bandit signs. And when we were doing it, we put them out really late at night when there was a little traffic because, I mean, even though it's a simple method of marketing, you do have to do the footwork, all right? So you are gonna have to get out, pull up to the curb, get out of your car, stick that sign in the ground, get back in your car, drive to the next spot, and do that all over again, all right? Now, you can imagine doing this 10, 20 to 50 times in one setting can take a lot of time, all right? So you might want to take a friend with you, and like I suggested, do it late at night where there's not a lot of car traffic. We would do it at like 1, 2 in the morning. On early Friday mornings, we like to put them out right before the weekend when people are out actually driving around, depending on the area that you pick to place your bandit sign. And those are just a couple tips for you guys, all right? But number 3, how you can get distressed property owners calling you, put out bandit signs with the information that you buy houses and your phone number. Let's keep it going. 4 is social media marketing. Just like social media marketing can be effective for everything else, it can also be really effective for real estate investing, all right? Because you never know who's going through what, who knows somebody who's going through something, or whatever the case may be. So you want to be active and consistent, persistent on marketing on social media and just putting it out there into the world that you buy properties, whether these are paid ads or just general posts. Obviously, paid ads reach more people and can give you a better return. But even if you are just making general posts to the people you know, to your friends list or whatever the case may be, say, hey, I'm an investor, I buy properties cash. We've done 2 deals like that recently where I post the same thing on my story every day, say, hey, we buy properties cash. We also pay a referral fee to people who send us deals. And we've closed 2 deals like that, great deals where people just reached out and say, hey, my family has a property or my church has a property or whatever the case may be. You never know who's going through what their life situations are and why or when they may be looking to sell. But what you want to do is stay in front of those people and consistently market the fact that you buy properties, all right? Social media is a very powerful tool. And if you're going to be on it all day anyway, you might as well be marketing yourself, all right? So number 4, social media marketing, guys. Tap in. 5 correlates with number 4, and that's just going to simply be referrals, all right? So once you're putting it out there and out there and out there, and you're actually doing the work, putting the time in, people will start to recognize you as an investor, whether you bought a property from them or not, but they see you consistently in that space, consistently marketing yourself, consistently putting that out into the world. You will start to get referrals. That may be 1 every 3 months, 1 every month, and they might not all turn into something, but it's still practice. It's still an opportunity. It's still a chance to turn that into a deal, all right? Referrals are the best form of marketing because they come free. I mean, well, for us, we pay a referral fee, but that's nothing. If we're going to get $10,000 on the assignment, we can pay $500 to $1,000 to the person who sent us that deal in the first place, all right? Because we're not spending money on that marketing. That's free marketing. We're just making posts or whatever the case may be on our social media or telling our friends and family who may tell other people, and that's free marketing, guys. Referral is always going to be your best form of marketing. If you do good business, you're a likable person, and you have that consistency and repetition of marketing yourself as a wholesaler or a real estate investor, then those referrals will come, guys. And again, that is the best form of marketing because it's free. All right. So you definitely want to put yourself in a position to where you can receive referrals. All right. That's number 5. Let's keep it rolling. So number 6, we got Google Ads. And I mean, this is self-explanatory. Google is the #1 search engine in the world. Everybody goes to Google to ask all of their questions and just find out anything under the sun. So obviously you can imagine when people want to sell their house for cash, they're also going to go to Google, type that in the search bar, and call whoever's number pops up first. So if you are running Google Ads, I think they call it pay-per-click, where you have to pay each time someone clicks on that. That can get really costly, but it is effective, and it's putting you in front of an enormous amount of people, so that potential reach is crazy. But again, that is costly, guys. But of course it's costly. You're on the #1 search platform in the entire world. Of course they're going to charge you. Of course it's going to cost you. And there are a lot of analytics and data that go into that. So again, that's one of the situations where it's completely up to you to do your due diligence, see how that can be effective for you, what that's going to cost. But running Google Ads can definitely be effective for you. You can definitely get an influx of inbound leads, inbound calls, texts, emails, whatever, from running Google Ads. And when you do that, it would be very helpful if you also had a website that people can go to from that. All right. So there we have it, number 6, running Google Ads, guys. And the same thing plays for social media ads. All right. Facebook ads, Instagram ads. I'm not sure how TikTok works with ads right now, but I'll get into that. I'm going to be tapping into that soon. But there we go, guys. Google Ads. 7 is going to be list sites. Okay, so websites where you can pull specific lists. All right, you can put in your own criteria, your own data that you're specifically looking for, and these sites will spit out a long list of these people. Okay, so that can be absentee owners, meaning people who own the property but they don't stay there, so more than likely they're landlords. All right, these people a lot of times are motivated. They're tired landlords. The tenants have been tripping. They want to get out of the real estate game and retire if they're older. I mean, a number of reasons, guys. All right, and that's just one list you can pull. You can literally pull dozens of lists. All right, you can pull vacant land. I won't even get into, that black hole, but there are so many different types of lists that you can put together in your own type of criteria to make those lists specific to what you're looking for. And they are also fairly affordable. All right. And so once you pull those lists, then obviously you just want to skip, trace them, and call. But there are actual sites out there where if you can't find leads anywhere else, you can literally go to these websites specifically to get your specific list that you want, or even if it's a general list of thousands, hundreds of thousands of leads, and you want to pay for that and call on those people, whatever. If you can pull a list of every house in the zip code 75215, whatever it is that you want to do, you can set very specific criteria and pull lists from these sites. And that's ongoing. That's everlasting. You can do that once a month, once a week, however long it takes you to call through those leads. But you can certainly go to these sites and pull leads, guys. That's a great way to find leads, distressed property owners, based on the criteria that you put in. And then from there, you just call, all right? So don't ever say you can't find leads. You can go here to these sites that I just mentioned and find literally thousands, hundreds of thousands of leads based on the criteria that you put in, guys, all right? So number 7, list sites. That's just another form that you guys can use to find leads for wholesaling. All right, let's keep it rolling. Number 8, you can find leads, believe it or not, by working closely with realtors in your city. And I'm sure there are hundreds of them, maybe even thousands of them. You may even know several of them personally. All right, there are a lot of realtors out there. And what you want to do on that approach is just approach them and say, hey, know you probably get a lot of properties come through. A lot of people reach out to you wanting to sell their house. If you come across anybody who may want to sell their property off market before it's actually listed, or if they have a house that you're planning to list, but they're selling it as is condition, or investor specials, as realtors like to call them, call me first. I'm your #1 cash buyer. I'll buy anything you have within reason that is an as-is sale where I can go in as an investor, put money in, and then make money out of it, all right? Build that relationship with as many realtors as you can. Build that rapport, and there may be other investors doing it, but maybe you're more likable. who knows, all right? But that is definitely a form of generating leads, guys, working with realtors. They talk to people all day, every day about selling their property. That's literally their job, all right? All of those people do not have immaculate homes that are in perfect condition, that are move-in ready to hit the market. A lot of these people have dumps and they just know from basic instinct, if I want to sell a house, I need to work with a realtor, okay? So you can definitely find a lot of leads that way. I have realtors that reach out to us and say, hey, Andrew, are you guys interested in this before I put it on the market? Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, but it's still a free referral. People calling you, offering you properties instead of you having to go out and search for and work for them, all right? So make as many close relationships as you can with as many realtors as you can. And like I said, just let them know you are their #1 cash buyer. If they have off-market deals before they move them to the market or investor special properties, they need to call you first, all right? But you also want to stay in front of them. So maybe you reach out every week or every 2 weeks and just touch base with them. Hey, this is Andrew. I was just checking in with you to see if you have any upcoming listings of properties that may be investor specials that I might be interested in. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But I guarantee you, if you continue to follow up with them, build that relationship and build that rapport, once they get a house, it's going to click. I need to call Andrew, all right? So there you have it, guys. Look for some realtors, build that rapport, let them know you are their guy for investor special or cash buys, and go from there, y'all. Let's keep it going. Number 9 on this list of how to find potential distressed property seller leads, what you want to do is be open to JVing with other investors. And JV simply stands for joint venture, all right? Meaning you guys are going to work together to get the deal done. It's really simple. People do it all the time, all right? So if you've never done a deal before, how you can add value is still working continuously every day to build your buyers list, all right? Of steady, strong, reliable cash buyers. Get their name, phone number, email, and the specific criteria of what they're buying. So if you see somebody, let's say in a Facebook group, who says, hey, I have this deal, been trying to sell it, or you see them posting several days in a row and maybe they haven't got any interest, you may be able to reach out to them and say, hey man, I might have a buyer for this. Let's JV, let's work together. And then you guys work out whatever the percentage split is from that, all right? And it's really that simple, all right? And so we just did a JV deal from a guy who actually bought my course. He found a deal, he found a seller, he got it locked up for a good price, got them under contract, reached out to me. He wanted help finding a buyer. We found a buyer. He kept 70% of the assignment fee. We kept 30%. All right. He walked away with 19 grand. We walked away with 8,000 and some change. Like I would do that every day over and over and over because we didn't have to pay for that marketing. Somebody simply brought that deal to us and we did good business, worked together, and everybody got paid, all right? Now, don't get me wrong. There are snakes in this game who will do you dirty, who will try to steal your deal. So you want to do your best, make your best attempt to try to vet these people, make sure they're legit, make sure they're honorable people. You might want to jump on a phone call with them or meet up with them in person just to kind of fill out their vibe, if that's something that you can do if you guys are in the same market. But working with other investors can definitely be a lucrative way to get deals across the table, guys, all right? And what we like to say is look at it like this: collaboration over competition, all right? The more collaboration you do, the more money you can make. If you try to compete with everybody and not work with people in this game, you can still succeed. I ain't gonna lie, but you may not be able to progress as fast as maybe you could if you made friends in the business as well, all right? So remember, guys, you want to collaborate more than you want to compete. Reach out to people who have more knowledge than you, people who have more experience than you, more information than you, and try to gain that information, but also bring value at the same time, all right? So a good way to do deals, find leads, is to JV, all right? Now, on the other end of that spectrum, if you have a deal that you can't sell and you need someone else to bring a buyer, it works the exact same way, guys. Hey, I got this deal under contract. Do you have anybody who might be interested in this area or might be interested in this lot, all right? So you can do it vice versa. It works both ways, man. Don't be afraid to collaborate with other investors in JV because that can put money in your pocket and build your reputation at the same time, guys, all right? So there we have it. Number 9, JV with other investors, all right? Collaborate over competition. Let's get it. So number 10 and my favorite marketing channel of all time is gonna be radio, all right? Now this is fairly expensive. We're deep enough in our business to where we can afford this type of marketing. We're actually moving on to a second radio station here in the next week or so. But it is fairly expensive on a monthly basis. But when the leads come in, they are hot for the most part. They are ready to go. They are ready to sell. They heard you on the radio, so they respect your authority. They already think, you know, that you're a superstar. You get that superstar feel because they heard you on the radio. Everybody's not on the radio. They're just like if somebody sees you on TV, they're probably going to think higher of you, no matter what you did to get on TV, all right? If that's in a positive light. Now, if they see you on Channel 8 because you just committed a crime, different story. But when people hear you on the radio or see you on TV, they give you this superstar factor because only people who are really doing stuff end up on the radio or TV, all right? So we run radio ads 3 times a day. We get a steady flow of leads from that. We do majority of our deals in 2021 have come from radio leads, guys. And I mean, it's just a hot, effective marketing channel. You know, like I said, it gives you that authority, that superstardom feel when people hear you on those channels. And then, of course, it helps that when they call, we are receptive. We answer all the time. We solve their problems. We know exactly what we're doing. We know exactly what we're talking about. So before you get there, you may want to get a little bit more experience for those reasons. 1, it costs a lot. 2, you want to know how to handle all of those inbound leads, all right? But that is definitely my favorite marketing channel. I like anything inbound when it comes to marketing because that means that people are calling you instead of you having to look for and call them. But naturally, inbound marketing is going to be a lot more expensive than outbound marketing, like cold calling, driving for dollars, you know, things like that. But it is highly effective. And like I said, my favorite marketing channel by far, guys. So I just wanted to throw that in at number 10. If you go through number 9, you've done those things, you want to roll, you hot. Maybe you want to move to radio in your market. If you're in a smaller market, not like DFW, because my market is huge with a lot of competition. So I'm sure that's why our radio prices are so high. But if you're in a smaller market, I'm sure you can negotiate really low radio prices, potentially. Can't make no promises. But that is a wonderful marketing channel, guys. Like I said, for the majority, those leads are hot and they are ready to go when they call us. They are ready to move forward. We don't have to do a lot of back and forth, a lot of follow-ups like you do with other marketing channels, all right? So there it is, guys. Just gave y'all 10 ways that you can market and find distressed property owners who will potentially sell you their property at a deep discount, which is what we need. As wholesalers, we love deeply discounted properties, or at least I do. Hope you do too if you're watching this video. So there y'all go, man. Take that and run with it. Do what you will. Like I said, on all of those things, 1 through 10, make sure you do your own due diligence. Put your own spin on it. Get creative. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, but, you know, put your own flavor on it, you know, in whatever you do in marketing so people can feel you as being authentic. And, you know, that's how people are receptive to you. And that's how you build connections and eventually do more deals. All right. So until next time, keep working, keep marketing, keep building your business, keep talking to people, keep making those calls, keep figuring out ways to get better and quicker and more efficient. One of those ways you can do that is definitely subscribe to this channel. Continue to watch my videos. Just hit the subscribe button below. I also have a course, Wholesaling 101, the blueprint. The link to that is also in the description below. And you can tap in with me on all my social marketing channels. And the link to that is, you guessed it, also below in the description. All right. So until next time, it's your boy Show tapping in. Let's get it.